Another Democratic governor under fire over her handling of long-term care facilities during the pandemic. Republican lawmakers this time in Michigan calling for an investigation into Governor Gretchen Whitmer, comparing the nursing home deaths under her policies to similar issues in New York State under Governor Cuomo. Our next guest is demanding accountability after her mother died in a Michigan long-term care facility. Jamie Nicholson joins us now, along with Michigan GOP State Senator Jim Runestad. I'd love to start with you for just a moment, Senator. Tell me what it is about Michigan that demands, in fact, an investigation that reminds you or is similar in some way to what's gone on in New York.
Thank you, Will. Thank you for having me. There's many concerns that we have in Michigan that parallel concerns that occurred in New York City under Governor Cuomo. Michigan is one of 5 states that permitted or required, my reading of the language is required that COVID patients, infected patients, have to be put into nursing homes with the non-infected population. Anyone who looks at this would say that is a crazy proposition. I know in Florida, the governor said that he would never do a policy like that. You set up field hospitals. Well, we didn't have field hospitals, or the ones that we had were not utilized. So we are now concerned about what are the numbers going on in terms of, are they accurate? We're seeing some discrepancies. So we have asked the Attorney General in Michigan and the Justice Department to do a complete and thorough investigation so that these families who have lost loved ones, or like Jamie, who are suffering even today, we could get to the bottom of what has occurred, and we need some real answers in Michigan, and we're going to get them.
You mentioned the reporting. Here's what the numbers are reported to be right now. COVID-19 Michigan long-term care facility deaths are reported to be 5,549 deaths. Jamie, sadly, and you have our condolences here, your mother was one of those deaths in a Michigan long-term care facility. Can you tell us what happened, please?
Yes, thank you, Will. I want to be very clear that my mom and our family were separated for 11 months to the day because of the lockdown. There was no physical touch allowed between her and us. Mom was cared for 15 years while she struggled with Alzheimer's by my dad and I, primarily making sure that we were with her most of her waking hours. When she was put into the facility and we were told that we could not come in and see her, we watched her fade through the windows, through on screens, tablets and video screens. 5 days a week, we were allowed to see her through those mediums, but not touch her. And she was getting less and less physical touch from the staff. The care that she was getting was declining. And in the last 2 weeks of her death, she simply became unresponsive. No more smiles, no more laughing. We barely saw the staff members in and out of her room because she was completely dependent on other people for her care. And when we noticed things like bruises, staff members were unable to tell us what had happened. In fact, in one case, the head of nursing called us 4 hours after we saw the bruise on her face, her right cheek, and said, "Oh, that's not a bruise, but we'll keep an eye on it." And it was, Dad would just break down and cry.
I'm so sorry to hear this.
At the window.
It's an awful story. I'm so sorry to hear what's happened. I do want to read, here's a statement from Governor Whitmer's office to a Michigan radio, or radio.org. Said, our administration's policies carefully track CDC guidance on nursing homes, and we prioritize testing of nursing home residents and staff to reduce spread and save lives. Every nursing home resident has had to prioritize access to the vaccine. Moreover, Michigan has been a leader in reporting data. Well, that will soon be researched, investigated into whether or not it was true if Senator Runestad, your call for an investigation is followed up on. Thank you both for sharing your story this morning. It's a sad story. Jamie, we're sorry for your loss.